All right, let's bring in the author of the must-read Substack, So What? Political commentator Chris Cillizza. Cuomo is wrong to focus on the why more than the who because...
Because as much as we don't like to admit it, presidential races are functionally personality battles. People like to say that, man, I wish there was more policy. I just wish they talked about policy more. And I can tell you both from the time I spent on TV and the time I spent in print, you know what people read? The confrontation or watch the confrontation between Kevin McCarthy and Matt Gaetz. You know what they don't do? Let me read that 20-step climate change plan. So I think what's hard, Chris, is there's a divide between who we think we are and who we actually are. This is not breaking news, but I do think it plays out in a presidential race. I think if you just had a candidate who only talked about policy, that candidate would almost certainly lose, Republican or Democrat.
Okay, finesse point. Post-Saturday, the existential nature of hostility made brutally obvious creates an opportunity to use this moment to talk the right talk to people because they are afraid of the division.
Absolutely, yes. I think timing is everything in life and in politics. 4 months before an election, that's a really, really hard ask for people. I think you are right. It does create an opportunity. But again, I know we disagree on this because we've talked about this on and off air for years. I just think you need a who. You need a messenger who is able to carry that message in a credible and serious way. And look, Biden and Trump are just like fundamentally disqualified because 46% of the public won't listen to a word they say, even if they're 100% right. I mean, I think about Thursday night, Chris. If Donald Trump came out and gave a speech about we need to come together, look, I'm as big a culprit as anyone as it relates to division, which is 100% true as it relates to Trump. But we need to come together now. I don't think Democrats would be like, you know what, we do need to come together.
Hey, Chris,
right? So
Chris,
the messengers are just sort of off.
Chris, just for the people at home, Steve Scalise, you see walking out on now the member of Congress. The reason he walks with a limp is because when he was shot at the baseball game. He has recovered, but the idea that it didn't happen, it happened. He's been less wounded by that, and he is now addressing the ranks, and he is really all we should have needed to know about the power of division. He was shot, and many others were shot at by a left-wing lunatic that day, and you would think it would have been enough to wake up. Maybe when it's a former and could-be future president, maybe we'll feel differently about it, but the counterbalance is I can't stop doing what got me here, Chris. I gotta feed the red meat. That's why I picked Vance. You know, there's nobody, more devoted than a convert. And I got this guy, Vance, who came out of the box Saturday saying Biden did this. That's who we are. Got to stick with it.
So the incentive structure is all screwed up. It's screwed up in journalism and it's screwed up in politics. So who do more people in this country know? Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia, and I was just watching the air when you were interviewing the congressman, Tom Emmer, who was speaking, and I thought gave a pretty good speech. Member of Republican leadership, guy from Minnesota, serious person, respected on both sides of the aisle. Of course they all know Marjorie Taylor Greene.
You know MTG, she's a one-name person. Of course, it's an acronym. But let's do this. Stick with me, Chris. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.